Rema recently released the visuals to his song Ozeba from the album Haze, and the conversation around it is just crazy right now. You go to the comments of that video and it's like a war zone. What is it about Rema's Ozeba that has people so divided? Is it just art, or does it go deeper? With its dystopian visuals and somewhat unsettling energy here and there, some call it a masterpiece, while others label it, demonic or downright evil. But here's the real question. Why do we react so strongly to certain art? Let's break it down. I'm going to break it down for you. So buckle up. This is the no BS version. First, it's probably fair for us to understand where Ozeba comes from. The song itself is rooted in Nigerian storytelling, a children's cautionary tale that evokes fear to teach lessons. This foundation already lends a haunting undertone to the music, but it is not uncommon, especially in African folklore. This is something that has happened for centuries. But Rema didn't actually stop there. The video's dystopian aesthetic amplifies this feeling, creating an atmosphere that's both captivating and unsettling. Dark themes in art are not new. Back in 2013, for example, Zimbabwe's Buffalo Soldier used a snake in his Basawine music video, which also happens to be the first Zimbabwean music video to reach 1 million views on YouTube in its time. This use of a snake as a prop faced serious backlash until Buffalo Soldier turned off the comments on the Basawine music video completely. He completely turned off the comments. If you go to the video now, the comments are turned off, and it's been years like that. That's Africans for you. But why does Ozeba feel different, especially in 2025 as we are there? Perhaps it's because it blurs the line between our cultural heritage, or particularly Nigerian cultural heritage, and modern expression. For some people out there, the video's heavy use of shadowy visuals, the ominous tones, and surreal moments in a dark, dense forest evokes discomfort. In certain cultural contexts, this discomfort translates to accusations of being demonic or spiritually harmful, and this is when we also cross the religious lines. And while you ponder on that thought, head over to mjwemoto.com, which is mjwemoto.com. This is how we're going to keep the lights on, so your support means everything. mjwemoto.com. Like I said, this reaction is not new. History shows us that unconventional or dark art often faces similar accusations even in the Western world. Think about when Lady Gaga first introduced her avant-garde visuals. A lot of people were not having it. And if you remember stuff like, I kissed a girl and I liked it and all that stuff, bruh. When that came out, the unsettling often triggers fear or misunderstanding. But here's the twist. Rema hasn't claimed the video represents anything sinister. In fact, he said quite the opposite. It reflects the stories that shaped him, as a young kid, and then as an artist and as a person. Like I said, Nigerian folklore storytelling, that's Ozeba right there. And actually Ozeba apparently means trouble or conflict in the Edo language. Anyway, it's a visual representation of Rema's roots and not an invitation to darkness or evil, so to speak. On the other side of the spectrum, many viewers see Ozeba as a masterpiece. They appreciate its nod to Nigerian folklore, like I said, and its bold cinematic style. I mean, geez, visually, the Ozeba visuals are they're powerful. And you can really tap into the art and how much it took to actually bring the song itself to life. Because when you see the visuals and you listen to the song, it goes hand in hand. And honestly, for a lot of the fans that appreciate that, the video isn't demonic, it's daring, it pushes the boundaries, and it is creative. Art is inherently subjective. What one person sees as maybe eerie, another person sees as powerful. Ozeba is a mirror. How you perceive it often says more about you than the art itself, not in a bad way. This isn't just about Rema. It's about how we as audiences interact with art. Our interpretations are shaped by culture, personal beliefs, religion, and even the mood we're in when we watch. So there's a certain projection from ourselves to the artist and the art itself. But here's where things get tricky. Should artists be mindful of how their work affects audiences? Some argue that creators have no control over interpretation, while others believe art carries a responsibility to consider its impact. And that is a gray area. It doesn't matter which side you take on this, because there's always going to be this disagreement from the other side, no matter what. That's just how the internet operates. From an artist's perspective, I don't think artists should have anything holding them back when it comes to expression. They're not harming anybody, they're not harming anything, but they're expressing their vision and putting it to life. And I think that's what art really is about. It's about expression. It doesn't mean that the expression should have universal consensus. That will never happen. There will never be consensus when it comes to music and art, because it is subjective, Rema Ozeba then raises an important question for us all. Even if the intent is pure, how much weight should artists give to how their work is perceived? And I think that's the wrong way of looking at it, even though it is a valid question. Because the moment an artist is making art thinking, how will Ope Olua from Abuja perceive this? Bro, then you're not going to get good art, because it's always going to be a watered down version of the reality that the artist wanted to convey. I'm against that completely. It's a delicate balance regardless. Art thrives on freedom, but that freedom comes with the reality that not everyone will see it the same way. And that's just the truth. Remember when the Jeffrey Dahmer movie came out on Netflix? A lot of people said it should have never seen the light of day because of how dark the story is, but also how it glorified somebody who did despicable things to other human beings. And at the end of the day, with light comes darkness, and acting like darkness doesn't exist doesn't mean the sun won't set where you are. It will. This exists in Christianity just as much. And that's why there's God and the devil. We also have the power as individuals to pick and choose what we watch and what we don't watch for a variety of reasons. If you are 30 seconds, 45 seconds into the Ozeba video and you don't like it, what exactly is stopping you from clicking the pause button and navigating to a different screen because it's unsettling you? That's the power that you as an individual have. So when it comes to us as the audience, we have to really realize that we too hold the power. If he's pushed the line and, most of us feel like, look, this is not for us, then we should be going to wherever we get the visuals that we want, as opposed to the ones that unsettle us or that give us a certain type of energy that makes us feel some type of way. Why does this Ozeba video matter this much anyway, when we really think about it? Because it forces us to confront the nuance in art and perception, both sides, from the person creating it to the audience receiving it. It challenges us to ask why we react the way we do and what those reactions reveal about our own cultural and personal filters. It's almost like holding a mirror to us. And that's the genius that Rema has come up with here and done in terms of these visuals. The song in itself might have not done that to a lot of people, but by the time the visuals came out, the visuals were like a mirror, like, oh my goodness, Whether you see Ozeba as a cultural masterpiece or something unsettling, one thing is clear. It's sparking conversation, and that's the power of art. And I couldn't ask any more from Rema or any other artist. We want those conversations to happen, because that's also how we grow. That's how we become better people. And that's how we see ourselves, even if that's uncomfortable sometimes. So what's your take? Is Rema Ozeba a bold celebration of African storytelling, or does it cross the line and become demonic or evil? Let me know in the comments below and let's have a healthy discussion around it. And remember, art is about exploration. It's okay to disagree as long as we keep the conversation respectful. Otherwise, that's it from me. My name is Wemoto, son of Zimbabwe, signing out. Peace. Day and day.